Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm sitting in front of Dollar Tree right now. I think they just opened. I've been working all morning. I got up early. I got a whole bunch of stuff submitted to my attorney to review. So maybe I can file it later. But right now I'm just waiting for him because he's 3 hours behind me, and sometimes it takes him a little bit to get to look at stuff. He gets up super early every morning, but he usually will go out for a long walk, or he does exercise type stuff in the mornings. So even though he gets up early, sometimes it takes him a little bit to get to the stuff I send him, which is fine. Hell, we've been working together for years. I'm used to it. I'm gonna try. I don't know if it's gonna work though. I while I'm waiting, I thought I would run out to Dollar Tree and try to make a video of the back to school stuff in here. Mornings are a little iffy, I find, if you try to make videos in Dollar Tree. A lot of times it doesn't work, and it may not work, but I was passing by here. I'm on my way to Walmart, and I was passing by, and I thought, give it a try. If it doesn't work, you can just try again later. But in the mornings, it can be kind of noisy in there because they're not terribly busy. So that's when they put stock out, they rearrange, move things around, and it can get very noisy. It's actually noisier than when the store is full of customers and they're ringing people up. The best time I found to go to Dollar Tree to make videos is between about 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. is a good time to go, because the store is busier, and this is a case where when the store is busier, it's actually quieter, if that makes any sense, because you don't have there are usually only 2 employees that work in the evenings, at least in ones this size, and they're busy ringing up customers. They don't have time to put out stock or rearrange anything, so you don't have boxes being slammed on the floor, shelves being rearranged and clanged around. So it's actually quieter. You have the sound of customers. You do have to get out of customers' way and stuff like that. And I do that. A lot of people, I've had people say, you know damn well she's getting in everybody's way. She is so obnoxious. She's just not worried about it. She's oblivious, and customers are having to work around her, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't see it because I'm on this side of the camera. I am constantly watching the customers around me. And a lot of times if I'm in the middle of like organizing nail polish or something, and it seems like I have a brain fart for a second, it may be because I was trying to figure out if I needed to move or not. Like, there's somebody, do I need to move? Am I in the way? Maybe I need, and I forget what I'm doing for a second. A lot of times that's what it is. I'm watching a customer to see if I need to get out of the way. Because that is rule number 1 for making videos in stores. Stay the hell out of the way. Stay out of the way of the customers, and don't be an obnoxious jerk. Don't be loud. Don't be stupid. Just go in there and act like you got some damn sense, and stay out of the way. You do that, you're going to be fine. So, I thought I would try it. I'm going to have a bunch of stuff to file when I get back if he approves everything. I have 7 things to file. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to be busy all afternoon. But I have a little break, so I figured I would come up here and check it out. The back to school section in Dollar Tree is not very big. I actually, if I had time, I would go to that great big Dollar Tree in, where is it, Graham? One of the largest Dollar Trees in the country is in I think it's Graham, North Carolina. And it's in what used to be a big supermarket. I think it was a Bilo or a Winn-Dixie or something. It is a big ass Dollar Tree. It is huge. For a Dollar Tree, it's big. We've been to that one before. That was the one that several years ago I did some back to school shopping, and I was buying supplies at Dollar Tree, and people criticized me, called me cheap for buying school supplies that I was donating to a school. I bought them in Dollar Tree, and people called me cheap for that. And people are just, I don't know, man. You don't realize, well, I guess you do. If you spend any time on the internet, you realize people will say anything. They will say anything. They just pull it out of their ass. All these unexpressed thoughts that we have, before the internet came along, we never knew people were thinking these things. But now we know what everybody's thinking. I don't know that that's a good thing, as I sit here telling you what I think. I usually don't have any problem ignoring these people, but it gets old after a while when it's just every damn day. It's always somebody being petty about something. It does get old after a while. It really does. But I wanted to tell you that this random thought occurred to me last night. Actually, two things. The first is I've had several people ask me, can you talk about working out, exercising? Well, I don't know. But I thought of something, and I still do these exercises myself. If you are looking for exercises to increase your strength, now it's not cardio. You're not gonna be sweating and stomping yourself to death. It's not cardio. But if you're looking for strength exercises to strengthen your body, like your core, your legs, your arms, there's a great one for this underarm area right here. If you want to, change the shape of your butt, if you want to make a nice little round butt, there are good exercises for that. And it requires no equipment at all. And once you learn learning the exercises can be a little tricky. You have to make sure you're doing them properly, but the video shows you exactly what to do, step by step. There is a video, and there are several videos actually, but there's one in particular that I used to do all the time. It's called Callanetics, Callanetics. And I just looked it up on eBay. I don't know that they still make these videos, but you can find them on there. And there are several Callanetics videos, like DVDs. I had it on VHS. I've been doing Callanetics since the 90s. I started doing Callanetics in the 90s, and I still do Callanetics. And it really helps with your core strength, muscle strength, balance. It will change the way your body looks. It really will. Now, they are hard exercises, but you build up to it. You do what you can, keeping your form, making sure the form is proper and everything like. Wow. Ooh. Sorry. Whoa. Oh, she's a newspaper delivery person. Oh, God. Sorry. This car just pulled up over here, and I don't know how she hasn't gotten pulled over. Her car is so full of newspaper that the back window is blocked, the sides, the passenger side, the whole back seat. The whole thing is completely full of newspapers. She can't see except straight. She can't see out that way, back there. It is so full of newspapers. She's delivering, it's like sales circulars and stuff. I thought it was like, you ever see a hoarder's car? Like you see a car and it's just like completely full of trash. I thought it was one of those. It's not. There's a lady that lives around here that drives, it's actually a very nice car. It's a very expensive car, but it is completely full of trash, like McDonald's bags. And I guess it's better than throwing it out on the ground, but yikes. The only empty spot is the seat, like the driver's seat. The rest of the car is completely full of takeout trash. I don't see how these people don't get pulled over, because this woman here cannot see. She can't see out of her car at all. She can see straight ahead. Anyway, damn, shut up, Mary. I'm so nosy. It's dangerous. That's all I'm saying. That's dangerous. So anyway, the video I was telling you about is Callanetics, and the lady who came up with Callanetics, her name is Callan Pinkney, and she was born with curvature of the spine, and she had back problems and I think knee problems when she was older, and she came up with, over a period of years, she was a ballerina. She studied ballet when she was young, and she came up with these exercises that are good for people who need, you might have back problems, knee problems. These are exercises that will strengthen your body. It will make your body more powerful. It will make it tighter. It will help your core strength, your balance. It helps everything. And the video that I had, and I did it every day for years and years, and I still do a lot of these exercises on a regular basis every week. It's called Callanetics look 10 years younger in 10 hours or something. It's something about 10 years younger in 10 hours, because there's several different DVDs that you can get. You can get the 10 years younger in 10 hours one on eBay for about $20. I found some on there that were less than that, including shipping. Now, there used to be, and I looked on YouTube, because there used to be a full copy of the video on YouTube, but it's not there anymore. I don't know if it got pulled down for copyright or what, but there used to be a video of the entire workout on there, but I found some clips from it, but I couldn't find the whole thing. So I was hoping I could give you that you could watch that and try that. But unfortunately, it's not. I couldn't find it. It's either I just wasn't successful in finding it, or it was probably taken down for copyright reasons. But there's a YouTube channel called Callanetics, Callanetics, that has a few of the exercises on, videos of their exercises. But that one video, look 10 years younger in 10 hours. Wow, it is just... Now, and I'm going to tell you this, and even if you haven't worked out in a long time, it's okay. You can do it. Anybody can do these exercises. In fact, Callan Pinckney does all the exercises, and her mom also does them, and her mom was like 76 years old, and shows her mom doing the exercises and some modifications for some of them. If you need modifications, they show those too. And she tells you, get the form right, make sure you were doing the exercise properly. That's the most important part. And, work up to it. The more you do it, the more you will be able to do. Don't worry about it if you cannot do it all at once. It's not a big deal. Just do what you can and keep doing it every other day, or, 3 times a week or whatever. The video, I think how long is it? It might be 45 minutes to an hour. And it works your whole body. It is strength exercises for your entire body. It will help your flexibility. There's a lot of stretching. You won't believe the difference it will make in your body in 10 hours. You will see a difference in the way you will look different. You won't believe it. Now, I will tell you, I don't care if you work out 3 times a day. I don't care if all you do is work out. When you start doing Callanetics, you will be sore. You will be sore. You will feel it. I promise you. Because even now, for me, I work out 6 days a week, and I do different types of workouts all the time. I'm not doing the same thing all the time. I do different stuff constantly. I like to be sore in different parts all the time. That way I know I'm working everything. So, yeah, you will be sore, because these exercises are going to work your muscles in ways that I guarantee you're not working them now. These exercises are very different. They are very unique. But they will change the way you look. If you want to firm up, you want to tone up, you want to lift a saggy butt, you want to deal with the bat wings right here, you absolutely can. And with these exercises, they work. They don't sponsor me. I'm just telling you, I've been doing Callanetics for over 30 years. They work. And Callan Pinckney, when she made this video, she was 48 years old. So, my age. No, 40. Was she 46 or 48? I think she was 48. I can't remember. Now, you will love the outfits in this video. They're screaming 80s outfits. I actually love their outfits. They have on these little leotard things, and they have the 80s hair. I love the video, and the background and the music. It's screaming 80s. You will love it. It's very nostalgic. And they have, there are people in the video doing the exercises. They have beginners all the way to advanced people. So don't feel intimidated by it. These are just regular people. They are not, fitness models or anything like that. These are just regular people doing the exercises, and they will show you how to do every one step by step. I cannot say enough good things about it. Now, I don't know anything about the other Callanetics workout videos. They're probably just as awesome, because she came up with a lot of different exercises that you can do to help strengthen your body. So if you are looking for a workout to do, you don't need any weights. You don't need anything. You just need your body. You just need you. That's it. You don't need anything. If you want to change the way you look, I highly recommend Callanetics. Look look 10 years younger in 10 hours. Will you look 10 years younger? I don't know that you're going to look 10 years younger, but okay, do this. Take a picture of yourself front and back before you start. Do it 10 rounds, do it for 10 times. I don't know. I would not recommend doing it every day, at least to start. You'll be very sore. I would do it like every other day. Just set aside, the average American spends over 6 hours a day watching TV. Take one of those hours and do this exercise, and it will change your body. It will give you more energy. You will feel better. You will sleep better. I'm telling you, it is amazing. This is not health advice. This is not medical advice. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. Callanetics will change you. You will look different than you do right now. No pain, no gain, though. You will be sore, but the more you do it, that soreness will subside. You will start to see that you are getting stronger. You can do them easier. It is much easier to do the exercises the more you do them. When you first start some of them, you will feel like you're going to die. You will feel like it's going to kill you. Keep going. It does get better. It absolutely does. And you will not believe the difference in the way you look. I'm telling you. Callanetics. Look 10 years younger in 10 hours. And yeah, I hate it's not on YouTube anymore. I couldn't find it. But the whole thing used to be on YouTube, but it's not anymore. But I did find, like I said, I found some copies on eBay. You might be able to find them some other places. But there are some on eBay for $20 or less. It's worth every penny of that $20, I promise you. And there's a little intro for the video. I would watch that, the first time or whatever, but you can skip over the intro where it just tells about Callan's life and like how she, like the story of her life and how she came to invent these exercises and blah, blah, blah. You can skip all that. Just next. Because, see, I used to have the VHS tape, so I'd have to fast forward through it. But I would, man. I did these exercises obsessively. And I found out about it from my mom, whose chiropractor told her about it, because my mom had back issues. And he said that these are great exercises to help strengthen your back muscles, your core, your legs, everything. And it may even help alleviate if you have back pain or, it may help alleviate some of that. Hey, it's worth a shot. It is worth a shot. So I highly recommend Callanetics. It's good stuff. Good stuff. And yeah, again, it's not cardio. It's totally not. It's just strength training. So, but I wanted to tell you about this random thing that happened, and this has nothing to do with exercise. I don't know, this just popped into my head last night while I was in the shower for some reason. Every now and then my brain just goes, hey Mary, you remember this? And I hadn't thought about that in a while. When I was in high school, I think it was when I was in, I want to say 12th grade. Switching gears totally to another subject. Sorry, that was a very hard segue right there. It's getting warm in here, and I'm sitting here like, I need to get out of this car. It's slowly getting warm in here. I think I was in 12th grade. There was a period of about 3 weeks where I had multiple people come to me and say, were you in this place the other day? I thought I saw you. No. Well, there was somebody there that looked exactly like you. And they all said something else too. They said, I saw this girl at Food Line the other day. And she was the spitting image of you. She looked exactly like you. I mean, everything. Her hair, her height, her build, in the face, she looked exactly like you. And I almost went and said hey to her, but the closer I got, it looked like you, but it wasn't you. Like I don't know what it was. It's like, no, that's not Mary. But it looks exactly like her. But it was weird. And I did have a couple people say, yeah, I thought I saw you in this place. Was that you? No, no, I wasn't sure if it was you. It looked exactly like you though. And they said, it was weird. Like, there's this girl that looks just like you. Now, I grew up in a very small town, population approximately 3,000 people. Small town. Everybody knows everybody. And that made it even weirder. I mean, if that happened here in Greensboro, I wouldn't think anything of it. But this is a small town. So, I'm going, well, who is this person? Who is this girl? Nobody knew. Nobody seemed to know. And even I was engaged at the time. I was engaged to a very rough, shitty person, to be honest. He was a bum. But I loved him. I loved him because I was 17 and naive as hell. Classic case of not getting enough attention or affection at home, so you go looking for it elsewhere. Yes, I fell in love with this guy. He was 18. He was in and out of jail. He was constantly doing shit to get in trouble with the law. He always had a court date for something. But I love him. I love him so much. One day he called me. He was pissed. He said, I saw you in town today. I said, what? Yeah, I saw you. You're busted. I said, what are you talking about? I saw you. I saw you standing on the sidewalk in front of there was a grocery store, Food King. I saw you on the sidewalk in front of Food King talking to a guy. Who was that? I said, I've been at home all day. I haven't been anywhere. I saw you. I said, no, you know what you did. There is some girl in town that people keep saying looks like me, but it's not me. That is probably who you saw. No, it was you. It was you. I know it was you. I saw you. You saw me today. Yeah. No, you didn't, because I haven't been anywhere today. It was like a weekend. I said, I've been home all day. I haven't been anywhere today. It was not me that you saw. Well, yes, it was. Don't you think I know what you look like? Like, well, maybe you do, but other people are saying there is some girl in town who looks exactly like me. I don't know. I haven't seen her. I don't know who this person is. So he was mad at me. Looking back, he had no right to be, because he cheated on me repeatedly, but I was too naive to see it at the time. One time I literally drove him to a girl's apartment. I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but yeah, I took him to her apartment so they could bang. I found that out later. Yeah, he cheated on me so many times while we were together. He was a completely shitty person. But I love him. Oh, God. When you're a teenager, you think you know everything. You don't. You don't. Please don't make major life decisions based on dumb emotions, okay? Just don't. I'm not saying your emotions are dumb, but you don't know everything, okay? You think you do, but you don't. You don't. At least take a minute to listen to the adults in your life and consider what they have to say. For fuck's sake. Sorry. Yeah. I love him. Yeah, well, he treats you like shit, but you can't see that yet. Anyway, so people kept saying, there's this girl, she looks just like you. It's so weird. But nobody knew who she was. No one had talked to her. I wish somebody had talked to her. Like, what's your name? But I never found out. So I kept hearing about it. And this one night, now when you live in a small town, pre-internet days, there's not a lot to do. The closest town of any size is a good distance away, like a half hour away. And that's not a big town. What do you do when you're a teenager and you don't have anything to do? Well, you find spots out in the country and you go out there and you drink and you do stuff you shouldn't do. That's what you do. That's what a lot of us did. I drank a lot. I did a lot of stupid shit out at these parties out in the middle of nowhere, out in the sticks, because there was nothing to do. We were constantly complaining that there was nothing to do. And you would cruise. I miss cruising. Did anybody else grow up doing that? I know Gen X, I think Gen X was probably the last generation to do that. I don't think millennials really did it, and I know Gen Z doesn't do it. Gen Z, man, you can't even get them to leave the house. It's crazy. But you would get in your car, and especially if you lived in a small town, you might have like a circuit, We did. Everybody knew the cruising circuit, right? This was back when gas was like 85 cents a gallon. It was less than $10 to fill up my car. It was awesome. Of course, I was making $3.20 an hour, so it's all relative. But anyway, yes, you just cruise, right? And then you meet up with people. There was this one parking lot where you would stop and talk, and hey, there's a party down here at this place or that place, or so and so's parents aren't home. We're gonna go over there, and so that's where you would meet up with people, and then go. And if there was nothing going on, you just cruise for a while and then go home. I mean, you just wanted to see who else was out. So I did that. I had a job, but usually after I got off work at night, I would cruise because I worked at a place that was right in town, so I could just get in my car and sometimes my friends would come in and I was working. I worked at this little grocery store and they would come in. Hey, Mary, we're doing this thing. When you get off, you should come down there. Okay. So anyway, this one night there was this little bitty camping spot out in the woods, way out of town, and there was this it was just this little tiny area, and there was this right in the edge of the woods, and there was this opening, and you can build like a big fire there, like a big bonfire. And I was out there one night. I had gotten off work, went out there. I still remember this plain as day. I was sitting there in like a folding chair, like a little camping chair thing. I'm sitting in a folding chair holding a beer. I had been talking to somebody. They got up and went somewhere else, and I'm just sitting there drinking my beer. And then out of nowhere, I see this girl come walking across. I got to see her for maybe 5 seconds. I could see her plain as day. The fire was enough for me to see. She looked exactly like me. It was like watching myself walk across, and then there was a group of people here, and she kind of walked like behind them. And I'm just sitting there going, and I knew instantly, I'm watching her walk by, and I said, that's the girl everybody has been seeing. That's her. She looks just like me. She had on different clothes. She was my height. She was my build. She walked like me. She had the same kind of hair. She was wearing different clothes. She was the spitting image of me. It was crazy. I was not tripping. I was not on anything. It is burned into my mind watching her walk across and go behind those people. And then I didn't see her anymore. Now, people were coming and going. There were cars parked off, this way. And it could, she might have left with somebody. She might have been in her own car and left. I don't know. But I went looking for her, and she was just gone. She was gone. I never saw her again. That was the first and last time I saw her. Nobody ever mentioned her again. No one ever mentioned seeing her or anything. That was the first and last time. Yeah. What's going on here? Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. Hey. They set up little thingies around town. I've never seen them set up here before. Okay. So that was really weird. That was really strange. But yeah, nobody ever mentioned seeing her again. I never heard about it. I never heard about her again. So it's for about a 3-week period, and then it's like she just vanished. I never did find out who it was or what the deal was with that. It was really weird. But I'm glad I at least got to see. I'm like, that's her. That's got to be her. That's the girl everybody keeps seeing. And she walked by, and it's like she just disappeared. It was so freaking weird. And to this day, I wonder what the hell that was about. My dad had a similar experience when he was in Vietnam. And I'll tell this quickly, and I got to get out because it's getting really hot in here. My dad was in Vietnam. And he had several people say to him, you have a twin, right? And my dad would go, what are you talking about? No, I don't. You do. You have a twin. You have a twin brother. No, I don't. Yes, you do. And they were telling him, now he was in Vietnam, in Da Nang or something like that. He was in Khe Sanh for a while too. He was there for the siege at Khe Sanh. He was a CB, and he was there for that. bad times. But apparently, according to several guys that he ran across when he was in Vietnam, they told him there is a man, and he was in another part. I don't know if he was in another part of Vietnam. He was somewhere else. And he had the same last name as my dad. And so, like, say my dad's last name is Smith. And they go, Smith, what are you doing here? And this guy would say, what do you mean, what am I doing here? I've been here. No, you were stationed over here. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. But they come to find out he had a different first name. But, you know, it was weird. The guy, and my dad never followed up on it. I totally would have. He did find out whoever this guy was, he lived in Texas. And I said, I would have totally followed up on that, because he had several people, like different people, say, yeah, there's this guy, and he is a dead ringer for you. He looks exactly like you, and y'all even have the same last name. And you know, do you know this guy? And my dad's like, no, I have no idea who this person is. He never followed up on it. I totally would have. Like, I would have had to find this person. Who is this person? What's their name? How can I find them? I would have to at least see a picture of this person. I would be so curious. Like, I would love to know who that girl was that was in my tiny town for about 3 weeks that everybody kept seeing everywhere. It's almost like the universes like overlap sometimes. I mean, that's what it feels like. I know it's weird, but it feels like something got crossed somewhere. Or that's how it feels. But yeah, he never followed up on it. I totally would have. My curiosity would have gotten the better of me. I would have had to follow up on that. So anyway, it's getting hot in here, and I need to get on in there and see if I can make a video. If not, I'm just going to have to try another day or another time or something. But happy Wednesday to you. Definitely try Callanetics if you're looking for a workout. You don't want to do one that's going to make you all sweaty. It's not going to make you sweaty. It will make you sore. But trust me, it is worth every bit of soreness you go through. And it gets better the more you do it. Callanetics, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of it. I have been telling everybody about it for years. I love it. So thank you so much for being here. I hope your Wednesday is wonderful. And I will see you again soon.